up. There we go. All right, my friends. So let's go ahead and make our way into, our comfortable position. We have been covering the chakras on our Monday night class. And so we started with the root chakra. So we'll just, as we're kind of settling in here, you can bring your awareness into the root, kind of the base of your tailbone, and where the spine ends. The color red. And then traveling up from there, we have our sacral chakra, just below the navel, orange. And then just above the navel, our solar plexus. So plexuses are kind of these groupings. That's where we talked about is those nerve endings, those groupings of nerve endings together. That's what a plexus is. And then traveling on up into your chest cavity, kind of where your physical heart space is, but along the spine is our heart chakra. So just invite you to bring your awareness into your heart chakra. It's totally okay though if your mind goes somewhere else. Just keep bringing it back. Allowing the color green, shades of green perhaps. And just, letting that color come to you. It might come to you super easily. It may not. Your mind may be being drawn back to red, orange, yellow, or even another color of the rainbow. But that's all part of it, just noticing. Sometimes when a color doesn't come to us, right, it might mean that we're blocked in that area, that we have some blockage. So our heart chakra relates to love, loving, compassionate for yourself and for others. If you're feeling some loneliness, some depression, grief, you might be deficient. If you feel overly attached, like you have to be with certain person or people to feel okay, it could mean that you have too much, some excessiveness in the heart chakra. We're looking to find balance, where we're able to love, have compassion for ourselves, for others. Mudra, connection of our hand. You take, this one's a little harder to explain, so if you don't totally get it, it's completely okay. You take your index finger, your first finger, and you kind of curl it in. So you bring the tip of your index finger into the base of your thumb. So almost like an okay symbol, but all the way to the base of the thumb. And then the second and third finger come together to connect with the thumb, and the pinky finger just stays out. So this connection, these kind of pressure points, connect to the heart. So you'd like to bring your hands into that position. And our vibration is yam, which is I am. We'll just do that once here. We'll do it again at the end. So inhaling, yam. I am worthy of love. I love myself with compassion. All love resides within me. I love myself and others. I have an endless supply of love. I live in balance with others. Take a few breaths here. Once again, bringing your awareness into the physical heart space, maybe into the sensation of the fingers in the heart mudra. And if you would like, maybe a few times on your own, just chanting the yam sound, allowing the vibration, the frequency to move through you. When you're ready, you can release the mudra in your hands, bringing the palms of your hands together, lifting the thumb actually to your heart center. Take a moment here. We practice this every yin class. Take a moment to have some loving kindness to yourself, some self-love, self-compassion. Give yourself some compliments, some affirmations. When you're ready, bow your chin down towards your chest. Take a moment to gently flutter your eyes open if they were closed, and then release your hands and gaze up when you're ready. So we're going to work some yoga poses that will work to open and massage and just kind of bring balance to our heart center. So coming on over to all fours, you'll notice some of our poses, right? They overlap from one chakra to the next. And so we will start here with cat-cow. So as we inhale, drop the belly down, gently lift and open the heart. So opening the heart space from the front. And then exhale, pulling the navel into the spine. Allow that space between your shoulder blades, the heart space from the back to open. And repeating that several times. It's a great place to repeat some of the mantras. I am love, I am compassion, or your sound. Exhaling as you exhale, chanting yam. Few more breaths here. This brings a nice massaging into the heart. We kind of hug the front of the heart and then hug the back of the heart. More so than the actual heart itself, right? We're moving into the heart chakra, the nerve plexus. Allow yourself to find neutral spine here. Reach your hands a foot or so out in front of you. Begin to drop your heart space down to the floor in puppy pose. Now, if this doesn't feel good, remember you can always add pillows under your hands, under your head. You could do this off of a coffee table, a stool, yoga blocks. Just allowing your heart space, your heart chakra, to ground down in connection with the earth. Allowing the energy to flow freely between you and the earth. Allowing your mental awareness to come into the heart space. Noticing any sensations or visuals of love or lack of. Being compassionate with yourself, giving yourself time to just explore the emotional feelings. We oftentimes have a lot of emotional feelings arise related to love. As you inhale and exhale, feel the breath move through the heart center and all the way down through the chakras below it. Our heart chakra is our bridge between our lower three chakras, which are related more to self and connection with the earth, and then the upper three chakras, which we will continue into in the following weeks, which are more, become more spiritual, more intuitive, with our heart, with our love space in between. Take a couple of more breaths here. Then from our puppy, just gently coming out onto our forearms. If you would like more space between you and the floor, remember you can always take a pillow or a blanket and kind of place it under the hip bones, underneath the quads to create more space for you. It's very handy if pregnancy. Pull the shoulder blades in and down the back. Think about squeezing the back of your heart space as you gently lift and open through the front. And Sphinx pose. Allowing yourself perhaps to be a bit vulnerable. When we allow ourselves to love, we also allow ourselves to be hurt. Just when we can oftentimes want to close off. In general, in our society, we tend to round forward more, closing of our heart. If you need to move in and out of this posture, feel free to. It can be a bit of a challenging posture. It's really bringing a lot of strength into the back of the heart space, into the triceps, shoulders. If you feel okay, we'll stay here a few more breaths. Allowing love in and radiating love and compassion outward for ourselves, our family, our friends, and even what we may consider our enemies. That may be a bit of a strong word. Can you allow some compassion to go out to those who've maybe hurt you? Because when we hold on to that hurt, it only hurts us. From here, we'll gently make our way up. Take your time. We'll come over, bring our legs out in front of us. So we're going to take a forward fold here, but it's going to be a little bit different than our typical forward fold, where we're really trying to work on the length of our hamstrings and the length through our back. Here, we're actually working to massage our heart space in. So instead of reaching forward, just allow your arms to be at your side. Drop your chin towards your chest and gently kind of round your head forward. So your navel will pull in a bit and your head will just come forward. So that we're hugging through the center, the front of our heart, and now we're opening through the back of the space. If you want a little bit more, you can use your hands, gently placing your hands on the back of the head. Allow the elbows to come forward and just gently assist in that tucking. If this is uncomfortable in any way, right, as in any pose, do not, don't feel like you have to force yourself to do something. just for the purposes of this class. You can do any posture that feels good to you. If I were working with you one-on-one and something, a posture didn't feel good, we'd substitute another heart-related posture. But there are many of us in here. So you're going to go with these, but of course, if they don't work for you, come into what my So typically when we fold forward in a position like this, right, we're trying to get our head down close to our feet. Here we're trying to bring our head towards our quads, towards our knees. You can always place your feet on the floor and bend your knees in this position like a seated rabbit. A couple more breaths. And as we inhale, think about stacking your vertebrae from the base up to the top. As you come up into seated, maybe allow yourself a little side to side, just to release. We'll come onto our right side. You may want a pillow for underneath your neck. This is a posture we do often in here, taking our right arm, sliding it back behind us in our T position, laying down with or without a pillow. I like to in yin use a pillow because I'm going to be here a little while. Coming onto our side, gently twisting through our heart space. Of course, we're twisting through all the chakras below our heart as well. And then from here, you can stay here, or you can take that top left leg, reaching it back over you. You can take the left arm as well. You could bind hand to foot if you like a little more of the quad. You can let the hand just fall. And our main focus is opening and kind of wringing out through the heart. But of course, this is an advantage to stretching our hip flexors, our quads as well. Allow yourself here in this posture, and when we repeat it on the other side, allow yourself, invite yourself to let go of hurt and anger. Invite forgiveness for yourself, for others. Remembering when someone has hurt us, we can forgive, we can let go of the hurt. That doesn't mean the friendship is back to normal necessarily. Sometimes we can forgive and we can repair. Sometimes we do have to move on from things. But either way, the forgiveness, the release is about us, not someone else. Unless you are forgiving yourself. It's both sides. Emotions may happen as you turn inward and release and let go of hurt, anger, trauma. That's okay. You can't keep it buried because it will manifest itself in some type of dis-ease.
Take a couple of more breaths here. If our left arm is behind us, we can bring it forward. If our left leg is behind us, stack it on the right. Pausing here for a few breaths in this little more neutral position. And then taking our time, using our left hand to lift up. Do just a brief counter stretch of that, bringing our right arm, hugging it across your chest, across your heart. Gentle stretch to release. And then maybe some light movement in the arm. Some nice cleansing inhales and exhales. A lot of stuff in there. Let's take it over to the other side. Moving onto your left hip, left arm behind. Taking a breath or two here, seeing how you feel. Never forcing yourself to open more than feels comfortable to you. But if you do like, you can reach the right leg behind. Right arm behind. It can hang, it can bind. All behind you. Reminding yourself that you have permission, right? Just because you can come somewhere in a pose doesn't mean that that's where you have to come and have to stay. Once again, if any kind of level of this pose doesn't feel good, always use this time to just do something that does feel good. Invite your awareness into your heart chakra. The color green. Noticing perhaps if the color that you're able to bring forth, to imagine if it feels brighter, is different in any way. Checking in, digging a little deeper, perhaps. A memory maybe that you really would rather just keep buried. Maybe you're ready to release it. It's totally okay if you're not. This stuff takes time. Reminding yourself that you're in a safe space. You can come out of this position anytime. You can open your eyes anytime. Taking a few more breaths. Your right arm is behind you. Bring it in front of your right leg. Stack it on the left. Pause in this more neutral position for a few more breaths. Having compassion, loving kindness for yourself. Honoring all your feelings, emotions. When you're ready, you can use your right hand to gently press up. Briefly bringing the left arm across for a little counter stretch. I invite you to come down to your back. If you have a pillow or a couple of blankets that you can kind of lay under your shoulder blades and your head so that your chest is a little lifted. You can allow your arms to just kind of come out into a T or goalpost or back overhead. So a more passive physically heart opening. So it's a little more passive in the physical sense, but it can be very active in kind of the true literal sense of exposing your heart. And then your legs can stay bent, your legs can go long. You could add a butterfly to that, bringing in some more opening through all of your lower chakras. So we're kind of essentially opening from our root, our sacral, our solar plexus, and our heart. So this is a very opening position. If you feel uncomfortable at all, remember you can always come into a knee hug pose, taking some protective stance, through your heart, letting you turn inward and have compassion for yourself. But if you feel good here, I invite you to stay here. I'm just going to set up as I guide you through a little final meditative state, guided meditation. To open your heart is to open yourself up to divine love, connection, information, and trust. By choosing love, we discover our soul's true essence and purpose, and we step into alignment with grace, peace, and harmony. Allow your awareness and attention to come into your chest, into your inner heart space. If you like, you can keep your hands where they are, or you could even bring your hands and place the palms on your heart. Bringing your awareness into the warmth of your heart. Allow your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions to just become still. You don't have to analyze anything here, unless of course you wanted to. Just allow yourself to be. Imagine your heart space opening to the sky. Let your heart speak. Let it be heard. Acknowledge and accept what it's trying to tell you. Notice the radiance, right? Perhaps green, flowing into and out of your heart space, spreading out within you to your fingers, your toes, as well as radiating out through the heart space and circling around you. come to our close this evening, just allow yourself to stay here as long as you like in this radiating energy of love, passion, acceptance. Thank you all so much for allowing me to spend some time with you this evening. Om Shanti. Peace.